What's up, fuckers, and welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K23 Next Gen. In today's video, we are going to be doing a rebuild of one of the worst teams in the NBA, the San Antonioo Spurs. So this team has not been a contender in quite some time. They obviously have not really been that good since DeMar DeRozan left them. This is a team that is going to be at the top, at the forefront, if you will, in the tank job for Victor Wembanyama, and that is my goal today. I want to get another generational prospect on this team. I think it would be absolutely the right way to start this rebuild off. There is a decent amount of young talent, though, but other than that, this team is not good at all. So I got a couple requests to do the Spurs, and that's why we're doing them today. I think this is going to be a really fun rebuild. Of course, I do want to hear from you guys. Let me know down below in the comments section which rebuilds you want to see. Current, historic, challenges, whatever they may be, let me know down below in the comments section. Of course, while you guys are here, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, we'd love to have you join the community, so do me a favor, hit that sub button real quick. And without further ado, man, the San Antonioo Spurs, obviously a great historic franchise, multiple championships, multiple Hall of Famers, really looking to turn some things around for one of the best coaches in NBA history, in Greg Popovich. But we're going to see if we can get him one more ring before he does retire. Let's hop in. As I'm sure a lot of you know, I'm sure this Spurs team is going to be in the tank job, trying to get Victor Wembanyama. We've all seen how good he is. There's really only a couple teams I can see kind of competing with the Spurs. The Utah Jazz are one of them off the top of my head. Maybe the Indiana Pacers, but I don't even think they're as bad as those two teams. In trying to be so bad that you end up with the #1 overall pick. So let's go over this roster real quick, see if it's going to be possible. We have Trey Jones here, second-round pick back in 2020. We'll see what we end up doing with him. He's legitimately the only point guard on this roster right now, according to 2K. We have Devin Vassell. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing it right. I think it's Vassell, not Vassell, but I'll double-check and confirm. Joshua Primo, who was the 12th overall pick in the 2021 draft. We have Blake Wesley here, who was, I believe, in the 20s. Yes, he was in the 2022 draft. Josh Richardson, who came over in a trade with the Celtics last year at the deadline. That was for the Celtics to get Derek White. I'm not really sure why he's still on this team. Maybe they just can't move the contract. Whatever it may be, I'm going to be making some trades. Probably another trade candidate. Doug McDermott just does not fit the timeline at all, 30 years old. We have Malachi Branham. We have Celtics legend Romeo Langford, somebody who I thought was going to work out a whole lot better than he actually did. We have Keldon Johnson, far and away the best player on this team, signed an extension with this team. And I think he'll probably be here the entire video. We will see, but ultimately, it's not really that bad of a contract. If we really kind of dive into it, what the actual money is per year. It is front-loaded, so after this year, after it's, $4 million, basically this year, it goes $20 million, then it dips off a little bit. So I don't even mind paying Keldon Johnson $20 million a year. So that's not bad at all. We have Keita Bates-Diop. We have Jeremy Sohan, who was just their 9th overall pick. And let's get into the centers. We have Jakob Poeltl, who I've seen some rumors that they are maybe trying to move. However, they are maybe asking for 2 first-round draft picks, which I don't necessarily think you're going to get for Jakob Poeltl. But I do like Jakob Poeltl a lot. We have Isaiah Roby. We have Zach Collins, who I don't think has played basketball in a long time. And then Gorgui Dieng. I mean, without a doubt, just one of the worst, starting rosters I've actually had so far in a rebuild. But let's make it a little bit worse. Let's make some trades. This might not be the best first trade, but it's one we're going to make, and I think it's one that kind of makes sense. We're going to send Josh Richardson over to the New Orleans Pelicans. We're going to get Devontae Graham back, going to be my new backup point guard. We also get a second-round pick. That's not as important, but we have a multi-year contract now with Devontae Graham. We also have a new backup point guard. That's our first trade. The Cleveland Cavaliers want to give me a first-round pick for Gorgui Dieng. I have no idea why, but they want to give me one, so I am going to go ahead and take it. We probably have 2 or 3 more trades. I don't necessarily think they're going to be any sort of blockbuster or anything like that. I actually tried to find a trade for Doug McDermott. Really wasn't one that I loved. I think at this point in time, what I'm probably going to do is end up starting and keeping Jakob Poeltl, and then I think they actually claimed Isaiah Roby off waivers when he was released. Zach Collins is interesting for me because I feel like I could definitely get some value out of him playing. I just don't know if there's a spot. Is Isaiah Roby on a 1-year deal? He is. Maybe I move Isaiah Roby then. It doesn't really matter to me. I mean, ultimately, the guy I want is Victor Wembanyama. You all know that at this point in time, so it's not a huge deal on who I have playing center right now because they're not going to be starting next season. So what pick would I value the most? I think this Bucks pick actually somehow ends up always being good. The Bucks typically suck by like year 3. It's really, really weird. It makes no sense. I also might try to move Keita Bates-Diop because I do want to play Jeremy Sohan. So Keita Bates-Diop will probably be my final piece that I move at this point. Other than that, I really don't see Celtics. I'll take a first-round pick. It's not going to be anything valuable, but it's a pick. Let's set the rotation. I am trying to be one of the worst teams in NBA history right now. Now, this roster is definitely not the worst I've ever seen. It's not good in the slightest. I'm not going to try to make it out to be good, but I don't necessarily think it's that honestly horrible. I think we've set ourselves up somewhat decently. I know I said the roster sucks, and it still does suck, but I think we've set ourselves up decently for the future. It's Tre Jones, Devin Vassell, Doug McDermott, Keldon Johnson, and Jakob Poeltl. The bench unit: Devontae Graham, Jeremy Sohan, Zach Collins, Joshua Primo, and Malachi Branham. I also went ahead, I'll show you guys this real quick. I went ahead and I sent Blake Wesley down to the G League. He can develop down there. That is it for now, man. This team is not going to be good at all. We all know that. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. Not quite sure how bad we were exactly, but I think we can all piece together. It was not a very fun season here in San Antonio. I think it was hilarious when Greg Pop was doing an interview. When Pop literally just goes, yeah, if you're going to Vegas, don't bet on us. It's kind of funny. Luka wins MVP, 36.5 point triple-double. Paolo Banchero, Rookie of the Year in Orlando, #1 overall draft pick. We're hoping to have our #1 overall draft pick, hopefully win it next year. Hopefully we get that #1 overall pick. Simmons, 6th man, Anthony Davis. Tre Jones actually wins most improved force, 9 points, 3.5 boards, 7.5 assists, 1.5 steal. I will take it. That 3-point shooting is abysmal, but I'll take it. Surprise Greg Popovich didn't win Coach of the Year. Nate McMillan, Head Coach of the Year. So we're definitely not in the playoffs. Let's see just how bad it was. And we won 10 games. All right, that's obviously the worst record in the league. There's no way anybody's even getting close to that. Obviously, the bottom 3 teams all share the same odds at the potential #1 overall draft pick. We're hoping that can kind of work in our favor today. Keldon Johnson led us in points per game. Then it was Devin Vassell, Jakob Poeltl, Doug McDermott, Devontae Graham, Tre Jones, Jeremy Sohan, Malachi Branham. I mean, these are not numbers that I hope to reciprocate anytime soon. So let's just sim through the playoffs, get this out of the way, get it over with, because this is going to be painful. Brandon Ingram wins the Western Conference Finals MVP. Darius Garland, Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And Donovan Mitchell takes home the Finals MVP. I'm sure a lot of you know this game is a very big fan of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Let's head up to the draft lottery, potentially the most important time in this rebuild so far. We are obviously hoping for a very high draft pick. That Charlotte Hornets pick is lottery protected. We're not going to have it either way. And we fall to fucking 4, because why wouldn't we? I'm moving up to 1. I'm getting Victor Wembanyama. He's a generational prospect, and I want him. Did Greg Popovich retire? He did not. You're more than welcome to come back, pop in. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and make a trade. This is what we're going to offer. It's going to be the 4th overall pick in Devontae Graham. The Oklahoma City Thunder do have the #1 overall pick. It's actually via the Los Angeles Clippers. I have no idea why the Clippers end up sucking so bad here in 2K when they, probably have one of the better teams in the NBA in real life, and I don't play with injuries on. You want Doug McDermott as well? I mean, I'm just giving up pieces that I really do not need moving forward. When did we get Sam Hauser on this team? I have no idea. He's on the Celtics. I will also go ahead and give you a first, later down the line. I'll give you a Cavs first in 2026, and they agree to that. All right, Victor Wembanyama is officially going to be a San Antonioo Spur. That was obviously our goal the entire time. Throughout this prospect, generational, unbelievable talent, and I could not be more excited to have him here kicking off this rebuild. He's an 80 overall, 7'5". You've all seen him probably play the highlights at this point. He's tremendously impressive and going to be kind of the focal point of this rebuild moving forward. There is no way I'm giving Romeo Langford an almost $9 million qualifying offer. I will give Tre Jones that qualifying offer, though. It's a lot of money, but I'll give him the qualifying offer at this point in time. We're probably not going to be signing any huge free agents. I would like to bring back Jakob Poeltl. He's somebody that I think could probably be my backup center for the remainder of this video. And I also really don't plan on signing anybody throughout this free agency. We obviously kind of do have the money if we wanted to go ahead and do it, but I don't really feel like it. I don't really want a Kyrie Irving, and I'm not really in the mood for that. So actually, maybe do I sign Kyrie? He always goes to Houston, though. I don't even think he'll come here. Let's take a look at this roster, though. Let's see what we got right now. We have no point guards under contract currently, so that's definitely something we do need to figure out. We have Vassell, we have Primo, we have Blake Wesley. Obviously, I can't play all 3 of them. I am going to give Vassell another year, though. We are in the looking for a small forward. I don't think Malachi Branham is going to be my starting small forward the whole video. We're good at the power forward spot, and obviously we're good at center now. So I think Zach Collins might end up getting moved right now, and I think that's probably going to be for some sort of backup point guard. I'm not saying it's necessarily going to be anybody that good, but like Saban Lee, that's fine by me, honestly. He'll be a decent backup point guard. So we head back to free agency. I don't know, man. I mean, there's not really anything here that I'm loving. Also, 2K, for the love of God, update the fucking contracts. It's not that hard. Do I make a shot at Kyrie? You know what? I'll give him a big offer. He's not going to accept this, but I'm going to go ahead and give him an offer. He's not going to accept it, but it was worth giving it a try. So we get Jakob Poeltl back. I do want to go ahead and get Tre Jones back as well. Hope Kyrie goes to the Rockets. He always goes to the Rockets. I do not have bird rights on Tre Jones. Let me go ahead and find him right here. Excuse me, last name. I like to bring him back. I don't think he'll be a long-term option necessarily at the starting spot, but he could maybe be somebody that we go ahead and, I don't know, kind of have for a good backup option for the remainder of the video. So we get him back as well. Poeltl and Tre Jones. This is going to be another pretty much bad. Oh, shit. He has a qualifying. I'm dumb. I should have waited. All right, whatever. Let's go ahead and take a look at the roster right now. We definitely need to figure out a starting small forward because this cannot, continue like this. So we're probably just going to sign somebody as a filler for, maybe honestly, do I take a flyer on Andrew Wiggins? How's he been playing? Not horribly. Let me take a flyer on Andrew Wiggins. I'll do a 4-year deal. He's probably not going to be here all 4 years, but I'll take the flyer on him. It's a lot of money, but he's now probably our second or maybe even first best player. I'm excited. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. Start of year 2 here, it's going to be another painful season, but I think this team definitely got better. There's really no way you can sit here and say that it didn't. So, Tre Jones, Devin Vassell, Andrew Wiggins, kind of our big free agent signing, if you will, now going to be starting next to Keldon Johnson and obviously Victor Wembanyama. Was the main focus of the offseason, and we're hoping for an unbelievable rookie campaign. He's playing the most minutes per game. I want to get the most out of him. We have Saben Lee, Jakob Poeltl, Jeremy Sohan, Joshua Primo, and Malachi Branham coming off the bench. We have Blake Wesley here. I really wish there was a way for me to kind of get him into the rotation. Unfortunately, I just don't need 3 shooting guards, so kind of is what it is for now. I'll see you guys at the end of the second season. Another 36-point triple-double for Luka Doncic secures him his second MVP award. Real shocker there. Victor Wembanyama does win Rookie of the Year, 18 points, 9 boards, 2.5 assists. I don't know why he's shooting 18% from 3. The man hit 7 threes when, he was playing a game the other night. It's not going to happen. Brogdon, 6th Man of the Year in Boston. Giannis wins Depoy, Tyler Hero, Most Improved, Nate McMillan, Coach of the Year. We were not a playoff team again. I don't really think there's really any shocker to that statement. How bad were we, though? Okay, we went 25-57. So another kind of bad year. Honestly, it's fine by me. I'll take another high draft pick, and we will really turn it on this offseason in hopes of going out and securing some top-notch players. Victor Wembanyama, Keldon Johnson, Andrew Wiggins, Devin Vassell, Jones, Poeltl, Lee, Sohan, Branham, Primo. Yeah, this team definitely needs a little bit of an overhaul, and we're going to do that because I'm not a big fan of not making the playoffs 2 years in a row. I was not expecting to make the playoffs this season, but I would have hoped we were a little bit better than the worst team in the league. D'Lo winning Western Conference Finals MVP, and I believe, is this a rematch of last year's finals? The Timberwolves in it? Yeah, no, it was the Pelicans last year. Timberwolves going to win the finals. Mr. Karl Anthony Towns, Finals MVP. All right, this is a huge offseason for us. Did Greg Popovich retire? He did not. Greg Popovich wants to sit it out here, and he's not going anywhere. So draft lottery, obviously an important night for us again. We're hopefully going to have another really high draft pick. We also have that Hornets pick now that it's unprotected. And let's see if we end up with a high pick. We fall to 3, which is kind of fine by me. We also have 13 from the Charlotte Hornets, which is actually kind of nice. So staff signing, obviously Pop not going anywhere. You quite literally cannot really get a better head coach than him. Let's hit the NBA draft right now. The 3rd overall pick is obviously here. We obviously own it. We also have 13 and 23. Then we have 6 and 22 in the second round. So I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do right now, but we might make a trade before the draft. I think DJ Wagner would be a really good addition to this team. Now, I don't know if he's going to go in the top 2. He honestly might. Ron Holland goes 1 to the Portland Trail Blazers, and Xavier Booker goes 2nd. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to take DJ Wagner. As you can see, potentially an 80 overall here. With my other picks, I'll probably use the 13th overall one, and then I'm not sure what I'm going to... Ooh, Ade Mara is here. Honestly, you can see 77 overall potential here. I think if we go ahead and take him, he could be my replacement for Jakob Poeltl, and I could include Jakob Poeltl in a bigger trade. So we're going to have 2 absolute twin towers at the center spots with 7'5" Victor Wembanyama and 7'4" Ade Mara. Other than that, I do not need these draft picks right here, so if I can just go ahead like this is fine here with the Milwaukee Bucks. Cool. All right, so we got 2 prospects we're really going to be a fan of. DJ Wagner, 80 overall. Ade Mara, 77 overall. Team player options, Sohan, Primo, Branham, and Wesley all coming back. Basically, I think the only position that we don't necessarily have a starter at right now that I really love going forward is the shooting guard spot. Vassell's fine, but I just don't know. Or actually, maybe small forward as well, but I don't know if I want to keep Wiggins or not. I would be interested in Kawhi Leonard. Now, I don't know if Kawhi would actually come here. It looks like he'll probably just go back to the Clippers. But I'm definitely going to be signing some big name free agent right now. Who that is, I have no idea. but it's going to be somebody. I'm thinking I might make a move for Kawhi because I think it'd be really funny to get Kawhi back in San Antonio. Now, it's not going to be easy to move this Andrew Wiggins contract, and I always knew that when I was going to go ahead and sign. Oh, Jared Allen. Why can't this be a trade I get in every other rebuild? I just don't need Jared Allen right now, obviously. I'm not just going to give him up for nothing, but like obviously, like this might be the trade I take just because obviously I don't really need anything to come back except for maybe cheaper contracts. So we're going to take Amari Bailey and Chris Murray. It's not a good deal at all, but it's hopefully going to free up enough cap space. And it looks like Kawhi is not even interested in coming here, which really kind of sucks. It would have been fun to kind of have Kawhi here, but not going to happen, is it? All right. Other than that, Anthony Davis, maybe at the power forward spot. Maybe I do that. I obviously need to go out and get somebody right now. So that's a full max contract to Anthony Davis. I need a star, and I need somebody here. And a lot of these guys are restricted. Maybe I bring DeJounte Murray back, play him at the 2-guard spot. Honestly, I might do it. We do get Anthony Davis, though. I'm going to take Anthony Davis pretty much every day of the week. I do not want to renounce the rights on Devin Vassell here. I'll let Saban Lee go. I need to clear up like $5 or $6 million in order to save Vassell. I'm not just going to let him go, obviously. So I would be willing to move on from some other pieces here. Like I know I just got Amari Bailey and Chris Murray. They can both. I don't need either of them. It's fine. Just give me a fucking draft pick. Come on. All right. Walt Ewing. Any relation to Patrick? I'll take that. This is going to take a minute. Let me just go ahead and get through this. Walt Ewing. I know. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Cleveland. And then I'm just trying to clear up enough money so I do not have to renounce the rights. And we can kind of continue to get this out of the way. All right. Cool. Is that enough money? If I renounce Saban Lee. All right, we're good there. So we're going to sign Anthony Davis. I think DeJounte Murray might be the better fit. Kawhi Leonard goes back to the Clippers. He might have been the better fit, but I think we're getting the better player here at Anthony Davis. So Vassell's not going to go anywhere yet. He has no offers. We will wait on his qualifying offer. I will now give him. He wants a decent amount of money. He really does. I'm surprised he didn't accept that on day one. Devin Vassell coming back to this team. We're definitely going to have to make some sort of trades right now. I am going to be moving Anthony Davis down to the power forward spot. He goes down to a 90. That's honestly fine by me. All right, let's figure out what trades we're going to make. I think Zach LaVine would be kind of another piece that we need moving forward in hopes of winning a championship. Literally going from worst to first. So I have to include all these players to make the money work. I do. Blake Wesley was not going to play. We obviously got Ade Mara to be the new backup to Victor Wembanyama. And Keldon Johnson, honestly, was just kind of the odd man out. I know I probably could move him to the small forward spot, but if I'm trying to win a championship, I need to get really kind of top-tier players. That is Zach LaVine, in my opinion. So they want to take that? No. I obviously have the assets to go ahead and make it kind of go through. We actually give the Bulls their pick back, and we officially have Zach LaVine on this roster. So what I'm going to do now is I need to figure out my small forward spot, because obviously I cannot start Malachi Branham and hope to win a championship. It's just not going to happen. So in terms of money, I don't really have a ton of it, which kind of sucks, but it's kind of the reality of the situation. So what I might be looking for right now is somebody maybe on a rookie contract, maybe could include Joshua Primo in a deal, or maybe I include Devin Vassell in a deal, get a little bit of a more expensive player. We'll see, though. Let me find that trade. We're going to try to get Franz Wagner here from the Orlando Magic. Now, he's not the huge upgrade we're looking for, but honestly, to make the money work, this is kind of what I got to do. So I'll offer Devin Vassell for him. They want a first-round pick in 2025. They'll give me Matthew Cleveland. I'd rather not give up that pick because well, honestly, it doesn't really matter. I guess it's the final season. How about if I just give you this Hawks pick this year, and I'll give you, like, I don't know. I obviously have a lot of draft picks at this point in time, so it's really not a huge deal which ones I'm giving up. There you're dead. So Franz Wagner's officially here. Going to be my new starting small forward. He's not the best option. He's definitely not the worst option. Malachi Branham's going to be his backup. Other than that, we're pretty much set everywhere. I just need to find a new backup point guard. So I don't really know if I want like Aaron Holiday, but he might be my best option. Or maybe I go ahead and sign somebody like a Bojan Bogdanovic, and then I trade him along with some other draft picks. I mean, yeah. So we obviously kind of mortgaged this team's future in order to kind of get this to go through, but it's kind of what we had to do. So I'm kind of fine with it. Excuse me. I really am. So, Davion Mitchell and Dylan Brooks. Holy shit. Okay, wait a minute. Oops, excuse me. I did not know that was going to be an option. I really did not. So we obviously have some sort of trade exception. I don't really need all that, though. Actually, you know what? Yes, I do. Give me a minute. I'm taking this deal. Yeah, I'm taking this deal. I'm making another trade, though. This is not a good trade. I'll just be the first one to say it right now. I think Chris Middleton's going to continue to regress. All these players have to be in here to make the money work, but we want to make this team a championship contender, and we are going to do that. So we acquire Chris Middleton. He's going to be our new starting small forward. At this point in time, I'm probably only going to sign a backup small forward or sign somebody that I can trade for a backup small forward. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to sign Billy Hernangomez here, and then we're just going to go in 9-man rotation for the final season. And I think that should hopefully put us in contention with the best of the best. So Billy Hernangomez, I'm trying to use all these draft picks I have in order to go ahead and really get this done. I need a small forward at this point. And I'm hoping to get somebody who's relatively decent, like Peyton Watson. Not really. Jose Alvarado is only making $1 million per year, but he is a little bit of a higher overall. Wendell Moore, honestly not terrible. Obviously, I've basically traded every single person that I've had on this roster, which kind of sucks because it would have been nice to at least keep one of them. But they all kind of had to be traded in order for me to go ahead and make the money work on all these deals. I'm going to take Alvarado just because he's a little bit of a higher overall, and then I'll probably throw him in a deal with some more first-round draft picks. I don't know how much better of players we're going to get here. It's going to be kind of tough just strictly based off of how much the money's going to work. I might go Nikola Jovic, honestly. The Spurs have a pretty good history of making foreign players work. All right, let's go ahead and take Nikola Jovic. He's obviously not a great option, but he's young. He's impressionable. We'll see if it can work. I'll see you guys at the start of the third and final year. I have no idea if this is going to work. We're going to give it a go, though. I am going to be starting Davion Mitchell. He's progressed all the way up to an 86 overall. It would feel kind of weird not to have him in the starting lineup. Now, his numbers are not the best. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you and say they are the best. If we're not a good team by the deadline, I'll probably make the switch and give DJ Wagner the starting spot. But 86 overall, Davion Mitchell going to be our starting point guard, followed by Zach LaVine, Chris Middleton, Anthony Davis, and Victor Wembanyama. A completely different looking team from what we had last season, but a team that's a whole lot better than what we had last season. It's DJ Wagner, Jeremy Sohan, Ade Mara, and Nikola Jovic. That is the bench. It's only a 9-man rotation. We also have Duncan Robinson here if we end up needing him for God knows what reason. I will see you guys at the end of the third and final year. Final season ends with Darius Garland winning an MVP award. This game's a big fan of him. You all know that. Ty Washington Jr. Rookie of the Year for the LA Clippers was the 20... What the fuck? I was going to say. Huh. Dyson Daniels, 6th man. Giannis Depoy. Dyson Daniels also wins Most Improved. And JB Bickerstaff, Coach of the Year. Please tell me we were in the... Oh, wait. We were a 1 seed. Okay. I will take that. I did not think we were going to be a 1 seed. 16-22. The Cavs were just that much better. But 16-22. I will take it. I did not think this team was going to be that good. But beautiful. Zach LaVine, Anthony Davis, Victor Wembanyama, DJ Wagner. Maybe I should have started DJ Wagner. Do I throw him in the starting rotation right now? He's just literally never started a game in his career. And it would be probably pretty tough to throw him into the mix as soon as the playoffs start. I'm going to keep it. You know what? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I'm going to keep him in the starting lineup. And, of course, we have the Pelicans here with Markelle Fultz, Ingram, DeAndre Hunter, Zion, Hernangomez. That team scares me a lot. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we lost here in the first round. It's funny. We got 2 unicorns and 2 of the most hyped prospects ever going at it in the first round. We're going to Game 7. Not the way I wanted to end the video. I took a different approach today. I took the approach of basically just saying, hey, why don't we kind of go all in and give it one good year? And, you know, we won 60 games, and then 2K did its thing here in the playoffs. All right, well, my apologies. I thought this was going to turn out differently. I probably won't try this method again for a long time, but you know what? I don't like to do the same thing over and over and get the same players over and over. So I gave it a go. It didn't end up working out. It's the nature of these rebuilds. You see the good, you see the bad, you see the ugly. It's how it works. Hopefully you guys somewhat enjoyed, though. Spurs fans, I do apologize I didn't get you a championship. 1, you've probably won enough championships in your lifetime. And 2, you know what? I made a pretty good team, I'd say. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. Of course, if you guys are new around here, have not yet subscribed, I would appreciate it if you could do that for me. Of course, let me know down below in the comment section what you guys do want to see. Other than that, that pretty much wraps this one up. Spurs fans, I hope I somewhat made you proud. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys on the next one.